Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to more WWE 2k17 Universe Mode. My name is BrendenPlayz, and tonight, one spot is left on the Raw side of the Money in the Bank ladder match. We already know that Seth Rollins and Samoa Joe from Raw are in the match. Who will take the final spot? We have a fatal four-way between Ziggler, Rusev, Neville, and Kalisto to determine it. But first, here on Monday Night Raw, we have a bit of a special appearance from our Raw General Manager, Christian, who will be addressing what happened last episode on Monday Night Raw between Goldberg and Seth Rollins. A lot of rumors going around this week that Seth Rollins may not be able to compete at Money in the Bank. Well, our General Manager will help clear things up. And what I hope to see from this is a punishment for Goldberg. Rollins could be out for a number of weeks. Well, let's get the official word from our Raw General Manager, Christian. Last week on Monday Night Raw, we saw Seth Rollins and AJ Styles compete one-on-one to determine who will be in the Money in the Bank ladder match. And Seth Rollins would go on to win that match. Now, after the match, Goldberg decided to come out and stamp his own authority on it by attacking Seth Rollins. Now, I have been talking to doctors today, and I have the official word, and that Seth Rollins will not be able to compete at Money in the Bank. So with that being said, we need a replacement for Seth Rollins, and I feel as though that it is only fair that the man that Seth Rollins beat last week, the phenomenal AJ Styles, I feel as though that it's only fair that AJ Styles gets his spot in place of Seth Rollins. So AJ Styles will be officially in the Money in the Bank ladder match, joining Samoa Joe from Raw. Now, as for Goldberg and Seth Rollins, well, unfortunately Seth Rollins won't be available for Money in the Bank. But Seth Rollins, because you did defeat AJ Styles and you did qualify for the Money in the Bank ladder match, I will give you this. When you are cleared, when you are ready to return, I will grant you a Universal Championship match against the Universal Champion, whether that be Goldberg or somebody else. When you're ready to compete, I will give you an opportunity for the championship. Now, as for Goldberg, at Money in the Bank, we need to have a Universal Championship match, and since majority of our best competitors are all gunning for the Money in the Bank briefcase, and Kevin Owens has a rematch clause, I feel as though that it's only fair that the former Universal Champion Kevin Owens gets his shot one-on-one against Goldberg in a rematch at Money in the Bank. If Kevin Owens loses, then he will not get another opportunity. That is it. He gets one chance, and one chance only. And if Kevin Owens wins, he will become the Universal Champion once again. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to say good luck to all of our 4 competitors in tonight's main event to determine the final spot in the Money in the Bank ladder match. And I'm sure there will be a big reward coming to the winner of the Money in the Bank ladder match if they are from Raw. So not only will you get the briefcase, but I will try and reward you in the best way I possibly can. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The official word coming from Christian. Rollins is out. Styles is in. Now that is a controversial decision, but we will see Seth Rollins back sometime soon, and he will have a title shot when he is back. More on that in a moment's time. First of all, we have a tag team match on Superstars as we check in with the Los Matadors up against the American Alpha. Paige goes one-on-one with Dana Brooke. And in the final match of this week's Superstars, well, we know that Kalisto is in the upcoming Money in the Bank ladder match, and we will find out just why. Because he had a match with Sheamus on Superstars. Did he have some momentum heading in? The American Alpha, they pick up a win over the Los Matadors. And Paige versus Dana Brooke. Paige gets the win. And Sheamus and Kalisto, Kalisto got the win, which of course earned him his spot in the Money in the Bank ladder match. This week on Monday Night Raw, we have Apollo Crews, a man who had an opportunity at the US title not too long ago. He's up against the new champion, Austin Aries. Sasha Banks, she competes one-on-one with Alicia Fox. Jack Swagger, who's trying to get himself a new contract here on Raw. Well, he'll be up against Tyler Breeze. From what we know, Swagger has not been offered a new contract, and that could mean he might be gone. Alexa Bliss, she goes one-on-one with Naomi as well. We check in with the tag division as we have the New Day. They'll be up against the USOS. That'll be one of our featured matches on tonight's show. We are looking for the next contenders for the club's Raw Tag Team Championships, and that Fatal 4-Way match we mentioned a moment ago. Rusev, Neville, Kalisto, Dolph Ziggler. The winner gets a spot in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Takes the 5th spot in that matchup. It is crucial. Well, who gets the victory? It's Austin Aries over Apollo Crews, Sasha and Alicia Fox. It is going to be Sasha Banks picking up the victory. Swagger versus Tyler Breeze. And it is the pretty one, Tyler Breeze, with the victory. And Naomi, she gets a win over Alexa Bliss. So here we go, tag team action here tonight on Monday Night Raw as the New Day approach the ring in a moment's time. This should be a good contest between, I think, two of the best tag teams here on Raw. Both teams have won the major prize in the past. And the New Day, well, you actually look at them as a singles, competitors. They've all been very, very successful. And so they've come together as a tag team, as a unit. They've been successful as well. But you have to really say Season 3 of Universe Mode for the New Day was atrocious. They really didn't do anything. They really had no success whatsoever. They just couldn't get anywhere near the big one. They couldn't even get themselves opportunities at the titles. They struggled all year. They've had a new change of scenery here on Raw, and so far things haven't quite gone their way either. I mean, you have to kind of wonder, how long do they persevere with this tag team for, considering Kofi Kingston, former Intercontinental Champion, Big E, former United States Champion, and Xavier Woods, well, we've seen him. He was in the Final 4 of a Royal Rumble once. He's had plenty of success, so he could definitely one day have a singles championship around his waist. So all three men are so successful, you have to kind of wonder, how long do they keep this tag team going until, if they're not getting the victories, do they start to think about going their separate ways? I don't know. But right now, the USOS have been very successful themselves. They unfortunately lost their tag team championships at WrestleMania, and they've had a rematch since, but not so much luck there either. They've kind of been starved of victories themselves, and the club has just had their number. It's safe to say the club are so good, and the USOS just have not been able to beat them. They just haven't found a way to beat the club, and that's not, it's okay. The club are very, very impressive. Without a doubt, the *1 team here on Raw. If you can't beat them, well, unfortunately, you can't win the tag team championships anytime soon. So the USOS have just been trying and trying and trying without a lot of luck, and they've been going away trying to verse some of the other teams here on Raw. Had some success, mind you, but sometimes, you can have all the matches in the world, but when you come up against a team that's just far superior, there's not a lot you can do. You just have to learn from your mistakes, try and scout them out, try and figure out some kind of weakness in their game plan. And so far, nobody has been able to figure them out. Of course, the club, the Slammy Award winners for Tag Team of the Year for Season 3, that was a major, major award, a major win for them, and that capped off a tremendous start to their Universe Mode run, and they have just been on fire ever since. Winning the Tag Team Championships, of course, at WrestleMania was a beautiful way to cap off their Season 3, and they've just been running away with it since Season 4 began after WrestleMania. So far, so good from the club, as now one of the USOS is up against Kofi Kingston. I believe that's Jimmy Uso in there at the moment as he takes down Kofi. Well, Kofi Kingston, as we mentioned, multiple-time Intercontinental Champion, and that dates all the way back to Season 1 of Universe Mode, so that's a long time ago. And Big E, well, he's pretty similar. Back in Season 1 himself, he was also United States Champion. Season 2 had plenty of success as well. Big E, actually one of the longest reigning US champions in Universe Mode history. Until, of course, Dolph Ziggler broke it. Now Nakamura has broken that one as well. But, oh, wow, head first there from Usos, just driven him right into the mat. That is going to hurt big time. Jey Uso Samoan drop to follow it up. Good start here for him. Going well. Now Jimmy, he's in the matchup now. There's Kofi Kingston trying to get to his feet. So this is a real test for both tag teams. Both teams desperately need a win. You know, the American Alpha, they had a chance at the club at Extreme Rules. Not much luck there, unfortunately. They missed out on winning the tag team championships. The USOS have had a chance. New Day haven't had their shot yet, and they would love an opportunity. And you never know. The New Day may just be able to upset and get that win. I know they're capable. I know that they believe they can do it. But for some reason, as I said a moment ago, they just haven't been able to win those big matches. Haven't been able to find a reason why they're not winning. And what is the reason why? They've tried different combinations. They've tried Big E and Xavier, Big E and Kofi, Xavier and Kofi. They've tried every combination, but for some reason, they just still can't find a way to win. And as I said, they need to start finding the winning ways. Otherwise, I think they've got to really look towards, perhaps splitting them up. Even if they don't want to split up, I think our Raw General Manager, Christian, he might come in and he may split them up because obviously he knows how good Big E and Kofi have been in the past as singles competitors, and he knows, being champions, and he knows Xavier Woods has plenty of potential and potentially could be a champion in his own right. So, our Raw GM, Christian, he might just say, you know what, guys, this is not working, and I want to progress here on Raw. I want to have new competitors, new challenges for championships here on Raw, and if you're not anywhere near the tag team championships, well, he might have to split them up, and that would be disastrous. Being forced to split up. Maybe he would even consider trading one of the members of the New Day over to SmackDown for somebody else, and split them up that way. So the New Day have to get going here, otherwise their future is unknown. And it's beautiful there from Jimmy Uso, somersaulting down and lands on Big E. And arguably Big E the most successful singles-wise in the group with that huge championship reign that he had for the US title. It's been a long time now. Since then, he and Kofi Kingston are focused on being a tag team and obviously winning the tag team titles together at one point over on SmackDown. So success, it's been there. They've had success as a team, but the last season, not so much. Plenty of success for the USOs throughout their entire tenure here in Universe Mode. Obviously, they've had their lean patch as well, but they overcame it. And it's now, hang on, wait a second. Samoan drop. Avalanche Samoan drop off the top of the rope. Kofi Kingston taken out there by Jimmy Uso, but it's not enough to put him away because Kofi Kingston able to get back to his feet and stop a potential pinfall from taking place. Huge moment in this matchup because I thought for a moment Jimmy Uso was going to win this one and quickly and take down the New Day already. Kingston, he's in some trouble. Jimmy Uso needs to keep the pressure on. He's going to look to perhaps go for a tag, bringing his twin brother. Couldn't quite do it though. As the counter happens, gets the elbow up there. As now, he lined him up for a super kick. Kofi was able to grab a hold of him before he could set it up. And now he brings in Big E. And Big E, double axe handle right on the arm of Jimmy Uso. Front face lock there by Jimmy. Gets taken down as Big E showing us his power and strength right there. Plenty of it. That's one of the big strengths, no pun intended there, obviously big strengths of Big E. One of the big advantages he has over most people. He outpowers, outmuscles just about everybody he gets in the ring with. And that's why he was a champion, US champ. Because of that power, because of that strength. And not many people have been able to overcome it. Not many people have been able to stop it from taking place. Now, hang on, here we go. Now Jay, he's up top. This normally wins them their matches. The big splash. The Uso splash off the top. This could be it here. Looking for the 1, 2, 3. Is he going to be able to find it? No, Big E powers out at 2. Well, I thought Kofi Kingston better get in there and save the day. But he decided just to trust his partner. And he was going to be able to kick out belly to belly. Beautiful suplex there by Big E. And once again, that power on display. Two fan favorite teams here battling it out for an opportunity to take on the club. And I guess speaking of fan favorite, well, the club are not exactly that. They have been far from fan favorite around here. Their actions have been despicable over the last 6 months. You know, who can forget the club? You know, terrorizing Seth Rollins, Dolph Ziggler, John Cena. And ever since they've come back on their brief hiatus in Japan, they've now stepped up, and all of a sudden their tag team work is unstoppable. They're beating everyone in their way. The Usos have tried their absolute best. They can't do anything to stop them. Can the New Day do it though? Or has the Usos found the secret method to beating the club? Stomps here by Kofi. Frequent tags here between Kofi and Big E. Now this is great work here from the New Day. And this is the New Day at its absolute best. Here comes Kingston. Flies into the corner. Hits the drop kick in the corner there. Beautifully done there by Kofi Kingston. And he can't get the 3 count there. Is now Kofi heading over the top of the rope. What has he got planned here? Is he's now going to drop with a splash over the top of the rope and lands down on Jay. We have to say, well, hang on, hold that thought. Here he comes. The boom drop by Kofi Kingston. Kingston firing up. And Kofi could be moments away from winning this match for the New Day. Can the New Day get the win they've been searching for months? Here comes Kofi. Kingston has Uso up. Oh, what has he got planned here? Kofi Kingston up top. Oh no. What is he going to do? Oh, Kofi! Superplex to the outside! Risking it all as he tries to win this match for the New Day and get themselves back in title contention. They don't want to be split up. They want to remain as a tag team, and they want to be the next tag team champions. Kofi, though, took his eyes off the prize, and Jay's back in there. It's now super kick. Oh, no. Right on the button, and Kingston could be out cold. No, he kicked out at 2. Keeps the match alive. Oh, I thought that was it. I thought Kingston was done. And so did Jay. Was that his last gasp? Is that all he has left? You have to wonder what the future is for the Usos if they lose tonight. They've already had their shot at the club. They're at the back of the line right now trying to work their way back in front. Maybe the Usos need themselves a change in style, a change in attitude, a change in the way they conduct themselves. What a kick there. Big spin kick there from Kofi Kingston. Landed right on Jay. So perhaps the Usos, if they lose here tonight, they might need to reset, refocus, and try something else. Because if they're not beating the club, they're not beating the New Day, something's not working for them. Perhaps we'll have to see the Usos try something new. Kofi Kingston. Driven to the corner now. Another big splash in the corner would be huge right now for the Usos. They couldn't quite get in position to do so. Couldn't get the tag. Kingston heads collide as now Kofi. What about this one? Kofi Kingston DDT. Takes down Jay. And how close are they right now? Kofi now drives Jay in the corner. And Kingston, he could be on the verge of something here. Flips Jay over. Kingston now. Here we go. Crossbody at the top. Big move by Kingston. Shoulders down. He's got the legs hooked. Oh, he got him. He got him. Kingston got him. He surprised Jay with that crossbody off the top. Flew off the top. Landed perfectly down on Jey Uso. And the surprise and the quick cover, grabbed the legs, held on for dear life, and Kofi and the New Day pick up the victory, and they're back in business, baby. The New Day, they're back, and it's about damn time. Well, that's all I can say. It's been a long time coming, but the New Day, they get a huge win, and they could very well be the next contenders for the Tag Team Championships. What a win here tonight for the New Day. Very impressed. You have to say they were great. Kingston especially. He looked fantastic. It was tough, but they deserved the win. Will they take on the club next, and can they beat the club? That's the $1 million question, I suppose. And have to say right now, I don't know if they can, but this win will give them some big confidence if they do get an opportunity down the line. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. It's time to determine who will take the final spot in the Money in the Bank ladder match. The first man approaching the ring is the Bulgarian brute Rusev. Well, here's how it stands. Well, we did not expect to see AJ Styles right there, but he's front and center with Samoa Joe, Hideo Itami, and Dean Ambrose, of course, the SmackDown competitors. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to keep on saying it, but apparently you guys, I still think there's 2 matches, but there's only one. There's a Raw and SmackDown combined match, 3 from Raw, 3 from SmackDown. Just to clarify that for you, there's only one Money in the Bank ladder match. And why? Because we only need one. And that is why. So Rusev, the first competitor. So AJ Styles, well, he's in. And he might be the luckiest man on Raw right now. He gets an opportunity that he didn't deserve, that he didn't earn. But, by default, he was put in that match. I guess it's a fair decision. I mean, if Rollins can't make it, give it to the guy who could have had the opportunity. And maybe I would have perhaps said AJ Styles should have to, re-earn it. But Christian, he realizes how big of an opportunity it is for AJ Styles and what kind of name value AJ Styles has, and putting him in that Money in the Bank, I think that's a big opportunity. And AJ Styles, of course, competed in Money in the Bank last season. Neville, he's the next man approaching the ring right now, former Intercontinental Champion, multiple-time Intercontinental Champion. He would not be lost if he was in that Money in the Bank ladder match. I think he would be a huge, huge threat indeed. That Money in the Bank ladder match would suit him perfectly. As with this man, Kalisto, well, he and Neville have had their battles over the years as well. And, well, Kalisto, he hasn't had the wins as of late, but he got a victory over Sheamus to earn this spot in this matchup. So a huge win for Kalisto. And he gets a chance to prove himself in this one. We'll see how he goes. And the final man in this one, maybe the favorite to take this one out, he or Rusev, I would say. It is the former world champion, Dolph Ziggler. Well, Dolph, he has been a little short of opportunities in recent times, but what an opportunity this would be. He would have a chance to be a part of the Money in the Bank ladder match and win the Money in the Bank briefcase, of course. Who can forget last year he was cashed in on by current WWE Champion Finn Balor. Dolph Ziggler knows the full effect of the Money in the Bank briefcase and what it can do. Because realistically, the Money in the Bank briefcase almost ruined Dolph Ziggler's life. Let's be honest. Dolph Ziggler, the happiest moment, the biggest moment of his career, taken away from him in 5 minutes thanks to the Money in the Bank briefcase. That is what it can do. It's so brutal. It can ruin one man and it can make another, and that's exactly what we saw last year at SummerSlam when Finn Balor cashed in on Ziggler for the championship. So Money in the Bank, it is huge. And Dolph Ziggler, he would love to be in the Money in the Bank ladder match and win it and try it. Maybe he could win Money in the Bank and cash in on Finn Balor and go full circle and get the ultimate revenge. Now, wouldn't that be justice? That could happen if Ziggler wins, because the Money in the Bank briefcase, a Raw superstar can cash in on the SmackDown champion, and the SmackDown superstar can cash in on the Raw champion. You can go whichever brand you want. You can do whatever the hell you like with it. It's Money in the Bank. You can go wherever. So that is what the Money in the Bank briefcase will offer. And of course, once again, only one match this season. Last year we did 2. This season, only the 1. And like I said, why? Because that's all we need. We want to have the 6 absolute best, the 3 best from Raw, the 3 best from SmackDown, put them against one another, and see who does deserve to be perhaps the next world champion. That's what Money in the Bank offers. Kalisto up top now, trying to go for a pin drop splash. Couldn't quite connect. Neville out of the way. Rusev and Ziggler, plenty of history between them as well, of course. Competing over that US Championship. Rusev defeated Dolph Ziggler for the championship. So, Rusev taken down there by Ziggler. Around about this time last season, Dolph Ziggler lost his championship to Rusev. So, Ziggler and Rusev, plenty of history there. Like I said, Neville and Kalisto, they've met a few times themselves for that Intercontinental Championship rather. So, plenty of history in this matchup. DDT there by Ziggler to the outside. So yep, Seth Rollins is gone out of this match. Styles is in. We'll find out who takes the final spot in the Money in the Bank ladder match on the next episode of Smackdown. That'll be your next episode of Universe Mode, of course. We'll find out who is the complete 6, and then we will start to see who has the momentum heading in as we have some matches between the Money in the Bank participants. It's going to be huge. It could be the biggest match in quite some time, because the Money in the Bank winner, as we have said, shapes the entire, season of Universe Mode. Look at, like I said last year, Finn Balor, a guy from NXT, he came up and he had a chance, he had a shot to win Money in the Bank. He did it, and then he cashed in, and he's been champion ever since, and he took over Monday Night Raw. He terrorized the entire Raw locker room. Finn Balor became the man. And now, of course, Balor is a changed man, and he's all alone over on SmackDown, and he's starting to get a little bit more respect over there. But Finn Balor has kind of changed, changed history, changed the course of Universe Mode. We did not expect to see Finn Balor as the world champion, but that's what Money in the Bank can do. And that's why all 4 of these men want it so badly, as Neville, he's up top, he's trying to fight his way up. He's trying to hang on to the ropes, but Rusev counter there as he takes Neville down. As Neville gets out of the ring, probably a wise decision, is now Kalisto. He has Rusev, and whoa, Kalisto! Wow! Flips through and power bombs down Rusev to the outside of the ring. What about that from Kalisto? And I gotta say, every time we see Kalisto in action, he impresses us more and more and more. He hasn't quite had the wins and the accolades yet, but geez, he's had some impressive moments. There's no doubt about that. And he just keeps on getting better and better as time goes by. Maybe someday soon he'll win that US Championship, but maybe he could even qualify for Money in the Bank right here and win the World Championship. Wouldn't that be huge for Kalisto? Elbow down goes Kalisto. Ziggler, the only man in this match to have won the World Championship at some point. And I can tell you this, Rusev, he would be a great World Champion. He has the size and the power. And Neville, well, look, he's had plenty of success being a champion. He was a great champion. He's a tough-to-beat champion. There's a beautiful driver there by Neville. He has the legs hooked. He couldn't quite do it. And a Selena Del Sol by Kalisto. But Neville breaks it up quickly. Kalisto thought perhaps right there he was going to do it. Neville, if he takes out Kalisto and goes to cover Dolph Ziggler, he might do it himself. He's going up top now. What's Neville got planned here? Has he got something big in mind? Neville, he's going for a Mertza, for a shooting star press rather, and he didn't quite get it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have to take a quick break, and we will be back right after this. Ladies and gentlemen, on the next episode of SmackDown, we find out the fate of Roman Reigns after attacking Sami Zayn at Extreme Rules before his championship match. Roman Reigns defied the orders of our general manager Edge. Reigns and Edge had a meeting last week on SmackDown, and on the next episode we will find out what that meeting's result was and what will happen to Roman Reigns in the near future. That takes place on the next episode of SmackDown, coming our way very soon. We are back, ladies and gentlemen, here on Monday Night Raw, and you can see it's a bit of a car crash outside of the ring as Ziggler and Kalisto are out there as Rusev drives the head of Neville into the mat head first. Close encounter here, all four men giving it their absolute all to try and qualify for Money in the Bank. It is a game changer, it's a life changer, as we said. It's huge. Neville rolls to the outside of the ring. Ziggler taking over the top. And as we've said many times in Fatal 4-Ways, it's all about just picking an opponent and coming after them. Trying to get the other two out of the ring and coming after one single man. Isolating him and trying to wear him down and go for the big move when the time is right. Rusev has Ziggler try to get a hold of him. And we know Goldberg is watching, as beautiful kick there by Kalisto. He's watching and he's listening because we've been hearing it for weeks that there is a locker room revolt. They're sick and tired of Goldberg's antics and they want change. And, it wouldn't surprise me if one of the men who has been rumored to have wanted that change and wants to get Goldberg out of here is in this matchup. There's been a lot of superstars rumored. We know Seth Rollins, he's a definite, he's confirmed. That's why Seth Rollins was taken out by Goldberg, because of what he said about him at Extreme Rules. So Seth Rollins, he shot himself in the foot. And that's why we haven't heard anyone else step up and say, hey, I'm with Seth, and I want Goldberg out of here too. I want to try and take that title from him. So it's an interesting situation. But apparently plenty of superstars in the locker room are not happy. Selena now sold by Kalisto. Is that it? He's got him. He's got him in the middle of the ring. But Rusev, oh my God, he got there with half a second left. 2.5. Kalisto was going to Money in the Bank. Rusev ends this one. And hang on, went for a second one. Neville counted though and slams him down. Wow. Kalisto was going to Money in the Bank, but Rusev got there in the nick of time, saved the day. Tried again to put Neville away, and well, if you remember the history between Neville and Kalisto, it's pretty simple. Kalisto, Salida del Sol, many times. Neville, kick out many times. Kalisto just would give Neville everything he had, but just could never find a way to keep him down for 3. As now, a sit-out powerbomb could be it. A kick out this time by Kalisto. Neville nearly had his man as well. Rusev picks up and slams down Neville. Rusev, without a doubt, has the power game here. Ziggler has the technical ability. And Neville and Kalisto battling away for the high-flying prowess. So it's close. It's a battle of certain styles here. It's now the hook of the leg here by Ziggler. Could be it here. Trying to defeat an old enemy in Rusev. They've had plenty of battles over the last few seasons. That US title and among other things as well. Kalisto shot to the head there onto Ziggler rather. And now Kalisto firing himself up. He realizes this is his chance. He could beat Dolph Ziggler in the middle of the ring here. But he gets taken down with a shoulder block. Neville back in. And now, oh hang on, Ziggler. He might be tuning up the band. We've seen this plenty of times. Even in recent times as well. Ziggler, went for the super kick. Missed out there. And now he gets taken over the top of the rope. And Kalisto now tries to continue to work away on Ziggler. Drops that knee, and I think that knee even busted Ziggler open. He got that knee right on the forehead. And that's trouble there for Dolph Ziggler. You do not want to be seeing blood in this one. There probably will be plenty of blood in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Plenty of high risk, plenty of broken bodies. So, I guess Ziggler's getting a bit of a prelude if he does qualify. Rusev taking out Neville. He's got a chance here, Rusev, because there's Kalisto and Ziggler outside the ring, not really paying attention. Rusev could perhaps get that accolade in, or perhaps find a bit of a super kick of his own to take down Neville. Kalisto slowly back in the ring. Neville, he's up to his feet anyway, so it won't really matter. Rusev trying his best to get the better of Neville. Takes down Neville there as Kalisto and Ziggler still fighting away to the outside. As now Kalisto into the steel steps by the show-off, Dolph Ziggler. And Dolph Ziggler has had many opportunities himself to achieve greatness. Season 3 was really Dolph Ziggler's season. That was his time to shine. That was his big opportunity, his big moment. Unfortunately, it didn't last long. Wouldn't it be great if he could win Money in the Bank, cash in, perhaps the man who, well, caused his career to go down in the first place in Finn Balor. As now Ziggler showing off the outside. Not sure if that's a wise idea, Dolph. You've got to get Kalisto in the middle of the ring if you want to beat him. Neville and Rusev have the right idea. They're fighting away in the middle. As now Neville from behind, reverse Hurricane Rana, and the neck of Rusev in a lot of trouble. Kalisto now gets taken down there by Rusev. And hang on, Ziggler in the corner. Ziggler has something big in mind. He wants this super kick, and he gets it this time. Super kick right on the jaw of Kalisto. And hang on a sec, Rusev just went outside the ring. Rusev, no! He was too late! Rusev was, what, a millisecond too late! How the hell did he not get there in time? But Ziggler has qualified. Wow, it was so close. We might need an instant replay to see how close that was. Ziggler with a super kick, knocking the lights out of Kalisto, and I cannot believe that Rusev didn't get there in time. Ziggler gets a bit of luck, and Ziggler is going to Money in the Bank. Well, he will be joining an all-star cast. Thus far, Styles, Joe, Itami, and Ambrose, and now Ziggler in Money in the Bank. What a win here tonight by Dolph Ziggler. And ladies and gentlemen, that is all we have for tonight's episode of Universe Mode. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, leave a like on this episode. Subscribe to see more episodes coming your way in the near future. Check out the website BrendenPlayz.com for all of your Money in the Bank coverage. And let me know your thoughts on this episode by leaving a comment. Check out our Facebook page, BrendenPlayz is the Facebook name. And of course, Twitter, @BrendenPlayz. Give us a follow. Stay up to date with everything to do with BrendenPlayz. Have yourselves a great day, and I'll see you next episode.